Every single morning, exactly at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, something breaks down. Something goes wrong. Something that is just inconceivable. Something that is without a doubt moments. I mean, at 8 o'clock, right at that moment. And you don't want to hear what it is. I'm not going to tell you what it is. And then you're thinking, what's going on here? And then somebody will say, hey, 8 o'clock, let's go. Come on, I'm late. It's like, wait a minute. Hold it. Take it easy. Wait a minute. You're not paying for this. This is okay. I don't have to be here. No. Hey, let's go. 8 o'clock. It's just, I swear. Yet last night, I was also right at 7 p.m. All of a sudden, this thing starts acting up, or this site goes down, or it's like, there is a God with a terrible sense of humor, a mischievous sense of humor, or as people say, mischievous sense of humor. Now, my friends, I thought about this morning. I said, why am I always, well, not always, but why am I repeating what they said last night on these convention things? Why am I just showing you again what they've said? And we will talk about it, and we will try our best to say, isn't that stupid? Isn't that dumb? Isn't that nutty? Isn't that crazy? They're such liars. You go, yeah, I know we're liars. No, they're liars. You go, yeah, they're liars. I understand it. And that's pretty much what we do. And frankly, I'm thinking to myself, there's got to be a better way than this. There's got to be something that's better, that allows us to maintain our mental health and mine, especially when everything crashes right before I go. Anyway, that's my problem. It's not yours. And the first thing is this. Rule number 1. What are you watching? What are you watching to get your news? Rule number 1, everybody watching. Everybody. And everybody presenting this on TV has to do something in a way that allows them to say, hey, that was an interesting take. Does it matter? No, but that was an interesting take. Oh, that was very good. Manifold Dublitsky joins us, and that's an interesting take. Your take on I like that. That's very good. Well, the poll numbers, that's fantastic. That's a very interesting point. And what do you have to say? Well, my take is even more arcane. And my take has nothing to do with anybody who is listening to anything anybody's ever said. My take means nothing. My take is irrelevant, but it sounds good. It sounds interesting. But do voters think this? No. Will it affect anything? No. But it's a unique take. It's a unique aspect. And this is what we do time after time, comparing 2008 with 2000 this, and what about this, and compare it with the hope, and what do you think is a strategy, and what. Meanwhile, as we speak, we have right now, and this is the most important thing, 75 days until the election. And this is going to be over tonight when Madame Defarge comes out, waves to everybody. People will clap and sing and scream and yell and whoop and yip and holler, and it'll be the greatest thing anybody's ever seen. And people will say, wow. Well, let's compare it to Trump. How was his RNC? Well, he did have Dana White on, and they have this. Did you see Little John? Did you see Little John do the delegates from Georgia? Wow, wasn't that great? Did you see Oprah? And meanwhile, the people who have not made their minds up are saying, I didn't see this. Ask yourself a question. How many of your friends did not see either the RNC or the DNC? Now I know this is counterintuitive to say this, but here is the deal. There is something that is so monumentally fascinating about everything. And what I'm trying to say to you is simply this. This is the most important. What does this matter to anybody? I mean, I guess unless you want to just talk about convention appraisals, what does this really, honest to God, truly matter? The lunacy of the opinions only deal with, and this is important, the lunacy only deal with this. How do I say this? With somebody saying something. CNN has to say something. Fox News has. Just last night, it was the most. I shouldn't say this. It was like, if I say 15 seconds of Hannity, I can't even do it. It's like, what are you talking about? This is masturbatory. It's just over. And what does this have to do with anything? This is the convention. What do you think happens at conventions? Have you ever seen a convention where people are like this? Oh, well. And they talk about these things all the time. I made a list of this. Energy, party unity, excitement, crowds. They're talking about the squad. What does the squad? The squad. Is the squad the squad? The squad. How many people know about the squad? Well, there's this. Do you think that Ilhan Omar in this? Here's a very interesting. Ilhan Omar in an interview she gave off-site. Ilhan Omar saying, "What does this have to do with anything?" Ilhan Omar. Who even knows about Ilhan Omar? What difference does Ilhan Omar make? Will it affect in Minnesota? What do people say? And what I'm trying to tell you is that they're figuring out they have to find ways in order to justify their existence. And they justify their existence by saying things that really don't matter. And if I went on a show, Fox, CNN, Newsmax, MSDNC, whatever it is, I would say this is your attempt, first and foremost, to either sell advertising or to justify your existence and to give your core audience something to talk about. Now, it's fun. As you know, Mr. Timmy is a liar. Do we all know that? He's a liar. He lies about the IVF. He lies about his military service. He lies about everything. You got that? He lies about everything. Everything. Do we all understand that? Do we know that? He lies about what he did during COVID. He lies about the lockdown. He lied about his DUI effect. His wife did not have IVF. She had IUI. And he lied about being, and they're still running ads. And I can play ads for you where they're still saying he was a command sergeant major. Okay. Do you think, and this is important, that if we know he's a liar, and Fox knows he's a liar, and everybody knows he's a liar, even Jake Tapper knows he's a liar, what do you think that is going to have when an independent or an undecided voter rambles on up and says, I think I'm going to vote? What effect does it have? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Timidor. Thank you. I don't know what that means. Timidor. I'm sorry, I don't understand that. But thank you, nonetheless. What effect? What does that matter? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What's going to mean something is what about? And I'm sorry. Securing the votes, making sure there's voter integrity, and making sure everything is squared away. I hate to say it, dear friends. I hate to say it, but tonight you are going to see a froth and a frenetic reaction, the likes of which you cannot believe. And if I took Carmelita Guemala during this and moved in Ron Howard or Oprah again or whatever, you're going to see the same reaction because they're reacting to the event, to the crowd. It's like at a concert, the excitement. They're telling you, ladies and gentlemen, and the sound. They've been to these before. They lowered the lights. They played the music. Tonight they've got the balloons. She's going to say something. She's going to walk out. She's going to almost cry. Christian says, Timidor translate from Spanish to liar, conman, swindler. Timador. Interesting. Timador. I know, man. The Spanish word timador translates to swindler, cheat, hustler, or trickster in English. Very good. Timador. See, I did not know that. Thank you for that. We did not know that. Thank you. Timador. Thank you. So tonight we're going to see all these folks are going to they're going to come on and they're just going to be absolutely overwhelmed with this. Overwhelmed. And then when they leave tomorrow, they're going to talk about, okay, tomorrow's going to be Friday. And then over the weekend, it's back to square one again. It'll be like in the rearview mirror. It'll be just like Trump's assassination. You've even forgotten it. You've forgotten it. Assassination attempt, excuse me. You've forgotten it. I've forgotten it. We've all forgotten it. We've all it's not forgotten it, but that oomph, it's done. It doesn't last a long time. It's not supposed to last a long time. Nobody has ever had a convention that lasted throughout. It's never happened. So understand what this is. This is a group of people standing around saying nothing in order to make sure that this is not a constitutional perspective, but this is a kind of a historic thing. And this is a chance for them to do it. And you will swear. And Oprah Winfrey, you will get BS artists. She's worth a couple of billion. So they say. I doubt that. I'm sorry. I don't understand unless they just paid her. They just said, here, you're just going to be the billionaire. Because nothing that she has ever done or accumulated or ever is even in that. She did a show. She's loaded. But billionaire status? No. Just like the Kardashians are not billionaires. They will tell you this. A lot of other people as well. So anyway, so she came on and she did her thing and people clapped. Michelle Obama came out and they went crazy. What does that matter? I don't know. By the same token, what does it matter? And what did it matter when Hulk Hogan spoke? Nothing. That does not convey. What's going to be interesting right now is the number one. Labor Day is going to be, first of all, this is when everything kicks in. But most importantly, watch what happens regarding, and this is critical, watch what happens regarding the first debate. Find out when the earliest voting takes place. It's going to be vote. It's going to be paper. It's going to be ballots. It's going to be the mechanics. All of this doesn't mean a thing. It's fun. It's great. It's mindless sloganeering. It's woke tropes and radical left nonsense. I understand that. They're talking about abortion. This woman says, you can take my ringer off this dead gay thing. Who is talking about gay? Lady, the Republicans don't give a damn whether you're gay, schmay, fey, whether you're stuck mud, frozen foods, giblets. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares. The trope might have been from the 70s. Nobody cares. Abortion. You know, and I know the abortion debate, the Supreme Court, Dobbs had nothing to do with a thing about abortion. Kevin says, I was equal parts bored and outraged over the lies. I expect it. Thank you, Kevin. It's like watching a beauty pageant or watching a game show. I mean, I've seen them before. I know what they're going to do. Let me stop for 1 second right now, which is people have been responding so incredibly. I've been getting a lot of mail also from people asking me about this, and it's critical that we do this. There is a product, there is a group, there is something which I have been a part of. It's called preparedwithlionel.com. And this is the one thing which is one of those, how do I say this? There's a lot of ads and things that are great that make your life so much better. They make your life really good, but it's not life saving. MyPillow.com. Do you see Mike Lindell shave his mustache? MyPillow.com, promo code Lionel. You know that, right? Pillows. Wonderful. Beautiful. Great. I have to have my bolsters. I love these fine tuning. We're a MyPillow house. MyPillow.com, promo code Lionel. Promo code Lionel. MyPillow.com, promo free gift. But preparewithlionel.com, my prepare with Lionel is what I'm trying to say. This is emergency food. This is the thing which is this is the easiest, just the name, emergency food. These folks are planning something and I don't know what the hell is. I wish I could tell you. Is it a supply chain breakdown? Is it UFO? I have no monkeypox 2, shelter in place, radiation. Who knows? There are people there. You look at Mallorcas. You look at these people. Yesterday they announced 320,000 unaccompanied children lost in our country. 320,000 young people, which we invited theoretically by suspending our borders. They came in and were lost to cartel members, to everybody you can imagine. Cartels, human traffickers, God knows what. They're gone. They're vanished. They were disappeared, sucked up into the vacuum, into the black hole of reality, never to be seen again. 300,000. Do you know what you can get for a child on the market, on the black market? I don't even want to get into that. So you're telling me that those people whose job it was just to protect children, the ones who screamed and yells about kids in cages when they were the Obama cages, 300,000, they just gone. Never mentioned, by the way, last night, of course not, at the convention. So those people are running the show or have been. So make a long story short, I'm just going to say it one more time. Preparewithlionel.com. That's it. This is so critical. Right now, there's a massive $300 savings on a 3-month emergency food supply. Preparewithlionel.com. That's it. So last night we watched this, and my friends, I'm listening to this. I'm saying, what relevance does this have? Abortion, joy. Do these people look joyful to you? And what do you think they needed to get in there? An ID. The same kind of ID that they consider to be racist, the same ID which people believe to be, how do I say this? The same ID which people believe to be, I guess the word is racist or I don't know what. Black folks don't have IDs, but you needed one to get in. And they had rows and rows and rows of these fences and these incredible. These barriers, these fences, barriers, which and borders, which all of a sudden they had no problem with. None. They had no problem. Isn't that something? So, in any event, that is where we are right now. And it is up to you to make sure you're registered to vote. It is up to you to make sure that you are not in any way, how do I say this? Waylaid, confused, sidestepped, sidelined by these various, whatever you want to call it, pageants. Same goes, by the way, and I hate to say it, to be fair, the Trump rallies are great. They may pull in a few, maybe some independents, but we've seen the rallies and we know what the rallies do and we know how important they are and we know and we've seen them before. They just don't mean anything because we know that Trump can pull a crowd. We know that. We need to hear clear plans. We need to have people say things. And I've told you, and I've said this to the point of exhaustion. If you don't secure this vote, if you don't make sure, and I mean this, if you don't make sure that the ballots themselves are in any way protected, it's over with. It is absolutely over with. So let me tell you something. Kevin and Christian, Janice, I thank you. We have a bit of a truncated show this morning because, and I'm not going to ever go through this, but everything is collapsing, which happens right before we go on the air. I'm going to do that. Don't be surprised if later we do a surprise live show in the middle of the day. That's why you got to make sure you are subscribed to Lionel Nation right here, specifically with that little buzzer and bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. Okay? That's what we're going to do. Pray for me. Pray for me that I fix these snafus. We will talk to you later. Thank you so much for watching. And until then, remember, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue you. Dead.